Welcome everybody to another episode. It's Sibs Speaking Boldly Sports Podcast. It's Jay, and we have
T.
unfortunately D. Well, fortunately, D
Mhm.
cannot join us tonight. But there was some fortunate news why he cannot join us. T, would you like to share that information?
Of course I would. So D has welcomed his first child into this world, and that little baby is so beautiful. So yeah, D is off being a brand new dad to a beautiful, beautiful baby boy, and we are just so blessed. Just the whole family, just blessed, and that baby is so cute. And it's not because we're biased. It is what it is. It's facts. The baby is really cute. So D is not able to join us tonight, which we totally understand. He literally just had a baby last week, so he's got some other priorities to handle for sure. So yeah, but he'll be back with us as soon as he's able to, and so we're going to just try to hold down the fort while bro is you know off being in his new role as daddy.
And we're not just gonna try, T. We're gonna do.
We're gonna do that's right, because there's no try, Yoda.
Huh.
Hmm.
I see. You studied the ways of the Jedi. Okay, so
The
now
way
are
you get on all of my nerves.
we are gonna
That's
get
wild.
into
Yes, that was
these
wild.
games. We're
Ridiculous.
gonna get into these games. We're gonna start with some headers here. And forgive me, I'm just a little under the weather, so if you see me grab some tissue, it's just because I have a little bit of runny nose. Okay, but you know what? I felt like I was gonna be Jordan speak on this podcast while I got a fever. I don't really got a fever. I don't think he really had a fever. I think it was stomach poisoning or food poisoning, but I could be making that part up. Anyway, but this is gonna be LeBron-esque because that's the real GOAT. Yeah, let's argue. Not really.
Yeah,
Okay, here we go.
yeah.
There's nothing to argue about. You already know.
Okay.
All right, so tis the season of sorrow. If you're a Kansas City fan, a Chiefs fan, they as the Chiefs lost to the Chargers 16-13, and they are officially out of playoff contention. It was a good run, great run, historic run. Some might say
Mhm,
dynasty, and the question is
mhm.
it over? We'll have to see.
Yeah.
SpongeBob, he knows fun. F is for friends who do stuff together. U is for you and me. And N is for anywhere down here in the deep blue sea. Maybe he can teach Joe Burrow how to have fun as the Ravens beat the Bengals 24-0.
Ugh. Ugh.
The Browns got mauled by some Bears.
They did.
And I don't think it was Yogi and Boo Boo the Bear.
Mm-mm.
Whew. As Caleb Williams led his team to victory 31-3. And I will admit, Caleb Williams, he looked great in that game, playing spectacular. And their coach did say towards the end of the season is when you're going to start seeing better football. So right now that is holding true as they
Mm.
have progressively been playing as a whole unit now, as a team.
Mhm, mhm,
Playing good. Gotta give them their props.
mhm, mhm.
Uh Cowboys were tied down to some train tracks like an old Western as the Vikings came in and steamrolled over them 34-26. Cowboys playoff contention is practically over. They got to win the last three games, and the Eagles have to lose their last three. Probably not going to happen. You can just probably say the Cowboys are officially eliminated by, or officially eliminated out of the playoffs by the Vikings. Is Mr. Alter Ego 9? Is he back in effect? I don't know. Probably
Oh my
not.
God.
Let's see what he does. And last but certainly not least, I was born by a river in a little tent. Oh, just like that river I've been running to them L's. If you are Phillip Rivers and a Colts fan, as they took that L to the Seahawks 18-16, you already know what's good. Hey, but shout out to Phillip Rivers for coming back and bringing life
Yes.
into the NFL because everyone was talking about it. It was pretty cool to be 44, 10 kids, just had a grandchild, and you decided to come back to football.
Yeah, I didn't know where you were going with that song, but that was fire. And you know what? Shout out. I don't care that the Colts lost. That man is 44 years old and he threw a touchdown.
He did.
So,
Where Sam Darnold did not. No, they had like 5, 16. They had 6 field goals. They did not score a single touchdown.
Oh, that's dumb. And that goes right in line with what we were talking about last week about not really being sure about the Seahawks and how they can we really see them progressing. So that's very interesting and troubling. So
Yeah,
shout out to Philip Rivers. I would say this: the Colts may have lost, but Philip Rivers won. Hey, 44, 10 kids. He threw a touchdown. I don't care. Seahawks are Seahawks. That's so silly. But shout
yeah,
out to Philip. I love it. Great job to him.
yeah. I will say I was surprised that game was actually that close.
Right.
It was very interesting, and Seahawks was driving the ball down the field, but they just couldn't finish in the red zone, and they just kept taking field goals left and right. Kicker literally won them the game. Had a
Yeah,
single
that's a
touchdown.
problem. That's a problem. If
Yeah.
I mean this is one game. I haven't watched the Seahawks enough to know if they've been playing like this in general. I mean they've been winning, but at the same time, are we overlooking the how because they've gotten a W,
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I actually haven't watched them, so I can't really speak to that. But I would just say with this one game, hopefully this is not an indicator of how they've been playing or how they'll continue to play, especially if y'all are trying to get a playoff spot, get into playoffs. Y'all gonna be out if y'all playing like that.
Mm-hmm.
Could be out if you're playing like that. So
Yeah.
we'll see.
Yeah. We'll have to see. And speaking of seeing, why
Okay.
don't we move on to that L we saw the Cowboys, or actually not even the L the Cowboys. So why don't we start off with the Chiefs and Packers? Michael Parsons and Patrick Mahomes both suffering that terrible injury, ACL.
All I can say is it will be different to not see the Chiefs in the postseason. This has been a long time since they have like it'll be, I'm sorry, this is the first time in a long time, in a very long time, that they have not been playoff contenders. So it's just crazy to see them be at this point. We know that they have been progressing to this point. I would say ever since for sure last year, it became more evident. But them not being able to turn it around is crazy. And then I also just feel bad for Mahomes, him taking the injury, and I'm like, I could be tripping, but I haven't really heard of Mahomes. Like I know he's had some injury, but I don't know. This seems like has something like this happened to him? I know I should probably look this up. Are you familiar?
I would say so. He's honestly played through a lot of injuries.
That's what. Okay,
Like
yeah.
he plays injured. Like
Okay.
he had a turf toe injury. He played on it. He played. I think it was a bruised knee, and he played on it. He was maybe out for 2 weeks, but then he played on it. Um, a high ankle sprain. I remember he played on that.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, the ACL tear, you can't really play on that one. But
No.
if he could, he would. He just
Right.
plays injured.
Okay, see, that's probably why I'm thinking like I know there have been injuries, but he'd be out there. You know what I'm saying? So it's
Yeah,
like, so I guess for me this is a shocker because this is the first time that he, like you said, he can't play on this. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like he's out. And I'm like, who is this team without Patrick Mahomes? You know what I mean?
yeah. That is a big question. And I don't know if they have an answer to that because they don't got no run game.
Right.
Um, I saw something. I heard how their receiving core they like maybe they lead the whole lead in drops, like as a unit.
That's insane.
The offensive line's been a ton of injuries, so yeah, Patrick Mahomes hasn't had the best year, but he was trying to hold everything together.
Right. He hasn't had the best help.
Yeah, basically, he hasn't had the best help. Guys didn't come through,
Yeah.
and of course, he missed throws,
Yeah.
maybe
Yeah.
reads here and there, of course. But
Hmm.
when you're in that type of situation where you feel like it's all on me and I gotta have it, I gotta get it now, you kind of make some irrational decisions, and sometimes irrational decisions get you some great results, and other times it doesn't.
Right.
So I mean, it's high risk, high reward sometimes, and
Right. And
he
he
was
is a risk
battling
taker.
time. I think he was forced to be a risk taker this year, and
Mm,
it didn't work out for him this time. Then unfortunately, he got injured in the game.
that sucks. That really sucks. Man, that sucks. So yeah, them losing is one thing, but I hate to see him like go down like that. You know what I mean? And be
Yeah,
hurt. Yeah, that's tough. That is tough. But Mahomes he's a baller player. Like, yeah, I hate that for him. Hopefully he recovers well. And
yeah,
as you know, how long an ACL injury takes to recover from. So if we go with that same timeline, let's see, it's December. So he possibly won't be back until what are we looking at? August, September,
yeah.
right at
I
the
was at
start of the season.
August, maybe right at the first game of the season. So maybe late August, or is that like the first week of September,
Yeah,
where he could actually be back. So it's not too bad in the sense of like it's not like he got hurt week one, and I think we gotta watch the Chiefs for the whole entire season. No, it's you are making playoffs, so we're gonna see y'all for the next
right.
3 games.
Mm-hmm.
No Patrick Mahomes. But then it was all season, and y'all weren't making playoffs, so we weren't gonna see the Chiefs anyway. We weren't gonna see
True.
Patrick Mahomes anyway. So now, kind
True.
of like instead of just enjoying the off season and working, getting ready for the next season, it's you got to rehab and get ready for the next season. So which
Yeah.
different. So and I don't know if he's ever suffered an injury like this before,
Right.
high school, college level, or as a child and kid and stuff. But everyone kind of can respond to these things differently. So hopefully,
True.
um,
That's true.
yeah, I think he's a pretty solid dude, mentally and all that stuff. Great. Like we just said, list off some of his other injuries that he was playing through. So I think, honestly, he has the right mindset. He should, be good, come through, and could be even better than he was before. So hopefully,
Yeah. Yeah, because that's important. That's a good point. The mental aspect, right? So definitely want him to not just overcome it physically, but definitely need him to mentally remain sound and stable. Because that kind of thing, excuse me, as you know as well, because you have dealt with this injury, um,
yeah. Oof.
you got to make your mind like that. Your mind has to be made up, and I know you can speak to that more. So yeah, definitely want him to remain sound.
Yeah. No, yeah, seriously. Oh, mine, yeah, turn my ACL. Oh, goodness. Whew, baby, that mess sucked. Because it was like maybe just slightly tore the meniscus, and I actually tore the ACL like 2 months later.
Hmm.
But yeah, honestly, the support system is really important, and luckily, I
Yeah,
had y'all, mom,
yeah,
dad, my
yeah,
sibs, to help me out. Even coworkers were there
yeah.
for me,
Mhm.
came and visited me and stuff like that.
That's a
But
blessing.
just most definitely, and then for me, having faith in the Lord and believing
Hmm.
in Jesus Christ, and all that, and knowing that He's with me. But for people who don't got Him or don't believe in Him, I mean, I don't know what y'all do. I don't know what y'all do. I'm gonna be
Yeah,
honest. I don't know how you
yeah,
make it. More power to you. But yeah, I can't. But yeah, you really do just have to have the mindset, because even going through rehab and working an injury, and you have to work the area that's injured. You can't work just around it. Like
yeah.
yes,
Oof.
you have to strengthen the things around it. So for a torn ACL, you need to strengthen your quadriceps. You need to strengthen your calf muscles, your glutes, to take pressure
Mhm,
off of the knee.
mhm, mhm.
But you can't get to that right away. First, your leg has to get strong enough. The worst part for me was taking a shower and trying to get my leg over the tub. I
Yeah.
mean, that sucked.
Ugh.
So, from the point of it hurting, and then also it just being weak,
Yeah. Oof.
having to like grab my like the back of my knee to they'll throw
Yeah.
it here
Oof.
because the tub was a little high. But so yeah, it be those little things you don't even think about.
Oof.
Um, it took a while for me to be able to walk downstairs once I started to get better and I was walking around, but then it was like I can't even walk downstairs properly. And this was like a few months, I'll say maybe like 4 months into the recovery. And I was like, why can't I walk downstairs like 1 foot at a time? I still have to go like
Mhm,
1 foot,
mhm,
because then it was like bending the knee like kind of like a lunge, and that hinge constantly like being
mhm.
and turning like a door. And it was like, oh my goodness, where I thought it was like good, and then even early on, you can feel the progress and like you're doing better. And this also goes into Michael Parsons too, since they had the same
Oh,
injury.
yeah.
But you feel good because you notice the progress, and it's like, okay, I'm doing good. And then I realized, like, why can't I walk downstairs? Like the progression, it starts to get harder to see. So where it was like first, okay, I couldn't put my shoe on by myself. Oh, I can put my shoe on. Oh, I couldn't go up the stairs. I can go up the stairs. I couldn't jump. Now I can jump. But then it's
Mm,
all of a sudden the progression kind of stops.
mm,
Harder to see, and it's like, all right, well, am I actually getting better? Am I doing the exercises right? Like, of
mm.
course, these guys got way more money than I do, and they're in better facilities, and they'll actually have people like higher qualified people to work with and stuff. But it's still a strain nonetheless. So
Yeah,
hopefully they both have the right mindset.
that's true. And that's a good, I didn't know that about the progression being made and then it seems like it stops. So
Yeah, like it's not as visible, it's not as
as
easy.
visible. Oh, bro, that is interesting, bro. That and I'm telling you that right there will preach
Yeah,
because it's like a reverse, right? Sometimes we don't see a particular result early on. You have to keep doing it, and then you eventually see it. So to see something and then to not see it, and just going back to the importance of faith and faith in Jesus Christ, because you will have to have faith to continue to make your mind up that I'm gonna keep doing these exercises. I'm gonna stay resilient. I'm
yeah,
not gonna give up. Yes, just yesterday I was able to jump down 2 stairs by myself, and then today I can barely move it. Okay, let me. So that's good, bro. That's really good.
yeah.
It's really good to know. So even though you can't, it's the progress stopped being visible for a moment. Doesn't mean it wasn't happening.
Still,
Yikes,
yeah, for sure.
that's good. That's really good. Okay, yeah,
Yeah, and I'll say the difference with Micah, my injury is similar to Micah's. I put my foot on the ground, move, and it popped. However, his
mm,
was non-contact, so no one touched him.
mm,
He was sticking
yeah,
his foot into the ground,
yeah.
making a move on the lineman, trying to get a sack on.
Ugh.
Who they play? I'm tripping. Packers. Who they just play?
Um, Broncos.
Broncos. Broncos. Yeah, the Broncos. Yeah, trying to get a sack on Bo Nix, and he just gave out. Whereas Patrick Mahomes was being tackled. I think his body was going forward and he was
Mm,
kind of leaning back. And he was, yeah.
mm,
So two
yeah,
different ways, but it ended up being the same type of injury. So, prayers
yeah.
up for both of those young men.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely praying for their minds. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
for
I'm sorry, I'm over here moving. I'm like, oh, I don't do well with all that. But I'm glad, yeah, I'm glad you're good. Glad you have recovered well. Yeah, and
living
definitely,
evidence.
yes, yes, and
Awesome.
prayerfully they will recover well as well. So,
Yeah, both, yeah.
yeah,
Amazing athletes and
yeah,
prolific at what they do. So hopefully they both come back and can really
yeah,
show that they got it.
right,
Yeah.
exactly. Okay.
All right. So
Oh,
I'm gonna say, yeah. Chiefs out of playoffs.
yeah,
Season's over. No Patrick. It was already looking slim with Patrick. Now he's gone, so that's completely
yeah,
over.
yeah. I see Gardner Minshew is the backup. He's going to be in.
Yeah, it wasn't too hot when he came in. So
Yikes. Okay. So, yeah, that's
they still
interesting.
had a chance to win the game, but
Yeah.
it just like numerically, like the numbers, they had a chance.
Yeah. Because it
Yeah.
was so close game, but yikes. And well, just before we transition,
Yeah.
speaking of the Chiefs, do we think, I mean, I know people have been calling or not calling for, but saying that Kelsey should retire. Is there talk about him retiring? Is it time for him to move on? He's what, 35, 36?
Something like that, yeah. I think with Patrick gone, it's like, what are you here for?
Right, because I'm like, for real, this team does not have any identity, right?
Nope.
This version of the team.
Yeah, not
Um,
consideration.
and be right. And Kelsey, I know he's had some tough goes at it this season.
And
So
season.
I'm like, you haven't really cemented yourself as still continuing to be a leader on this team. I would venture to say he was at some point. I don't. Maybe
Was,
leader is not
yeah.
the right word. Was leader the right word? Will we say that he was a leader or he just did his job?
I think, yeah, I would say he was a leader.
Okay.
Yeah.
So for whatever reason, I don't really see him in that position right now. So no Patrick. So like you said, what is Kelsey? What is Kelsey gonna? What is he gonna bring for these next 3 games?
Yeah, I know he talked because it's like there's been talks about it from his end, from last
Hmm.
year even to this year about moving on, moving on to the next phase of life, and
Okay.
but recently I saw like how he was talking about wanting to make a decision soon, so the Chiefs organization can make the best choices going forward in regards of the draft and free agency, so not holding them up and taking time. But
Mm.
I know last year he didn't want to go out with them losing the Super Bowl. So he definitely wants to come back another year. Now it's like this year, bro, y'all ain't making playoffs. And Patty just tore his ACL, and technically we don't know how he's gonna be. So like, you really trying to play a whole another year? And things just aren't the same. Not able to do some of the things that he used to, or doesn't have the same like enjoyment. Because it gets taxing with off season, all the weightlifting, all the practices, all the hours you
Yeah.
put in.
Yeah.
Um, Film study, meetings,
Yeah.
uh, player meetings, the actual
Yeah.
team meetings, the practices where it's 7-on-7, 1-on-ones, running routes on air, going through concepts like plays and stuff. Whole bunch of stuff, mentally taxing. But I just say this is what you enjoy. Like, it's their actual job, their profession. But after a while, it's time to move on. And I think for him personally, it's time to move on. Think he doesn't have anything else to prove. He's already considered like the greatest tight end ever by other tight ends who were very
Mm.
profound and good at what they did,
Mm.
like Gronk, Shannon Sharp,
Mm.
Tony
Hmm.
Gonzalez. Like,
Yeah. And those are some.
won,
Yeah, they were
yeah,
great.
you won multiple rings. You've got all pros. You've been a Pro Bowler multiple times. Like,
Facts. Facts.
you're with Taylor Swift. I mean, goodness, doesn't get much better than that. Totally joking.
You said
Uh,
what?
Totally joking.
Yeah, 'cause I'm like, that don't have nothing to do with this man's football career. When he
Hey,
was,
but let someone tell you. Let someone
yeah, I'm like this. He was out here playing football for a long time before she came into the picture. Bro, don't even get me on that. I can't stand it.
I was talking to a Chiefs fan recently, and she was like, yeah, she said she blamed Taylor Swift for the season. She just said it was like her fault. I said, that's crazy.
That's insane. But people did the same thing when Tony Romo was dating Jessica Simpson.
Oh, yeah, I
They
remember y'all
started
told me
blaming her about how the Cowboys were playing. I'm like, no, do we not? Okay, it
that.
wasn't on her. You do realize that Tony just wasn't
Like that.
always that great at all. But people
No,
be having amnesia. But yeah, but they started blaming. They had blamed her, and I'm like, that's crazy work. But yeah, Taylor Swift. Anyway, Travis Kelsey was out here playing ball for a long time.
yeah,
I
yeah,
think it has been ridiculous seeing him. Some of the things that have occurred this season with his gameplay.
yeah,
I mean, like the game last week when he tipped the ball a few times. I think that one ended up being intercepted. Like just kind of wonky things that he just wasn't doing before. But it could just be like, age and not even age, but just stage of life. Like, yeah, maybe there's not that enjoyment. Maybe it's just time to like you said, move on. Cause yeah, it's just certain things. I'm like, yeah, if we're getting to a point where maybe whatever is going on with us is becoming a detriment to the team and not really adding value, we
yeah,
can, we
exactly.
just need to move on and figure out what the next step of life is.
Yeah, and you don't want to keep playing and end up like Russell Wilson, who by some was considered a Hall of Famer, and
Yeah.
then he had his tenure at the Broncos, then the Steelers, and like you kind of feel like he played himself out of the Hall of Fame.
And that's that.
So you don't want to overstay your welcome. So
Yeah. Cause it just like it makes you wonder what happens.
I don't even know.
But also we don't okay, correct me if I'm wrong on this. How often do we see extremely great players get to a point, like even if they're nearing the end of their career, where they don't play as great? I mean, it happens. Like it happens.
I think you see like the play drop, but like
Okay,
Russ was drastic.
it was, and it's
Like
concerning.
the did you ever really have it type of thing.
it's really concerning because I'm like, okay, we could look at systems, right?
Yeah,
But things were off in Denver. Okay, sure. Then there was some great moments at the Steelers. It was promising, and then things dropped off. And then the Giants, that didn't last long,
that was rough.
and they be booing him, and so I be feeling so bad for him. It seems like he seemed like he a nice dude, and I just feel like I want to see him do well, but it's tough when he gets in there and he doesn't do well, and I'm like, no,
Yeah,
and they're booing you.
yeah. Like Giants, y'all used to sucking. What's one more?
Yeah. But then after these people have seen hope and light with Jackson Dart
Yeah, that was
inside of
rough.
Boo, and then I know we talked about it, man. Dayball was in that blue tent. He was wanting Jackson Dart back out, but they was booing that man. He threw one ball and the ball may have got tipped. I don't know. It was a 3rd and 9. That ball hit the ground. Then people went to boo. And I said, oh my gosh.
Yeah,
It's sad, bro. I hate that for Russell. I do. I really do. That's really sad. It's concerning.
yeah. No, I agree. Yeah, he definitely has had great moments for sure in his career.
He did.
I don't know if he'll get another shot.
I
I mean,
don't
he's still at the
know.
Giants, but yeah, I just don't know if he'll get another shot. And
Yeah, and wasn't his deal with the Giants like a year?
yeah, I think so.
Yeah, so I wonder if he's gonna retire or if he's gonna still try to get in with another team.
Yeah, and I'll kind of say like the teams he went to weren't great. Like from
True.
the Seahawks, you just downgrade. Like the Steelers never. The
The
Steelers have been the
Steelers
Steelers.
haven't been, huh?
Yeah, the Steelers have been the Steelers. Like y'all weren't good since really like Big Ben, Le'Veon Bell, and Antonio Brown. Like y'all haven't been that offensive prolific since they have retired because y'all didn't
Yeah.
prepare for their. Well, AB. Well, even AB. Like y'all should know how he kind of was getting. But with him, you could give him the silver lining because he just went off the rails. But
Yeah.
like you knew Big Ben was getting older. You needed
Then they didn't. Yeah.
things, and you
Hmm.
didn't prepare. Le'Veon Bell went off to the Jets for a little bit. Career
Yeah.
went downhill from there. They
Yeah.
just didn't prepare.
Yeah. The Steelers have not been stable for a long time. And it's crazy because the Steelers is also, they're one of those classic teams. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
years ago, I mean, they were solid. They were the Steelers, no pun intended. But they were some real contenders for a long time. So it is crazy, even going from, I know you were younger, so I don't know if you remember like Cordell Stewart. You're going from that time, them getting Ben Roethlisberger, him coming in, him doing what he did, and like you said, they didn't prepare. But they have been unstable for a long time, and they're getting worse.
yeah,
Um, and so, yeah, yeah,
yeah. They definitely relied on their defense more, and their defense hasn't been like great and dominant this year at all. But that's
no,
kind of been like more of the focus after Big Ben, AB, and I feel like that's kind of always kind of been the Steelers' route. But
yeah,
all of a sudden they had got AB and Big Ben and Le'Veon Bell, and that kind of changed it for a little bit. But they kind of back to with this like the solid defense, but like I said, it
yeah,
hasn't been that solid at all this year. They've
yeah.
had moments, but they are not great at all.
They're not a great team.
Yeah, and then the Giants are the Giants.
Yeah, and I think Giants definitely is a systemic issue for sure.
Yeah,
And I mean, Giants have sucked for a long time. Long time.
definitely.
Yes, we get it. They won 2 Super Bowls, 2007 and 2000. Ooh, was it 2009? Okay,
Maybe.
we love that. They beat the Patriots both times. Crazy catches, crazy things that happened. They won. I love that for them. Overall, though, still Giants, they have not been good for a long time. I question their organization. I question that system because I'm like, for this season, it would appear that they would have more wins given how they would be dominating games and stuff like that. And then y'all give up these games and have these tremendous losses. And I'm like, you're joking me. To me, that's a systemic issue. And I'll say it again. I don't think Dayball should have been fired
Yeah.
because even with the other guy in there, Giants, well, I didn't catch this game this week, but prior to after Dayball was left and fired, let go. Like I still did the same thing when Jameis Winston started. I know I'm going back a few weeks, but when he got his start, they were winning that game against the Lions, and then lost it at the end. So I'm like, no, that's a system issue. That's an organizational issue. So yeah, and Russ's defense, like you said, he has not been in some great systems. I just, I hope for himself that he can, do better.
Yeah.
Mm.
I don't know if he's like I said, getting another opportunity.
I know. Yikes.
But speaking of not getting other opportunities,
I know. Who are you going to? The Cowboys?
no,
Oh.
Shador Sanders.
Oh, talk about it. Tell me what's going on here.
Bull
Okay.
jive is happening.
Okay.
Let's see. Well, just to give you a scenario, Kevin Stefanski, I believe, called a timeout during the game, and they switched out Shador's QB wristband. So the wristband is a select number of plays that you've gone over, scripted throughout the week. Y'all have worked on, yada, yada, yada. The QB can somewhat call, if he has that type of will, that jurisdiction, if you will, can call plays from the wristband. But if not, the coach is calling the plays. You're looking at the wristband, like maybe they'll say, hey, play two, or they have like a formation, and then you go to the formation and they give you the number, and then you know what play it is, all that stuff, yada, yada, yada. So during the game, they gave him a different wristband, and the game had already started. So you kind of, I don't know if they sprung on completely new plays or if it was plays they didn't really go over, but they brought out the new wristband, switched out his wristband. He had another set of plays. So, I don't get how this happens. You had a whole week of preparation, but all of a sudden, something was wrong with his wristband. So it's just more Brown shenanigans. Now to talking about Russell and getting an opportunity, it's on the board that this is it for Shador, and that he has these 3 games that are coming up, and he still needs to prove, that he can be a starter or maybe even a backup within this league.
Mm-hmm.
And I understand what some people say. He's a 5th round pick. You don't get the same leeway as you would as the upper picks. However, one of the things that say, like, he did good against he did good against the Titans, but it's the Titans. It's kind of like, but this is on like his 4th game. And it's kind of like we're just overlooking how the Browns have treated him. And I get, well, he's a professional. He needs to yada, yada, yada. True, he is a professional, just like the Browns organization is full of professionals.
Yeah.
And they have not been professing their profession correctly.
Mm-hmm.
So I just don't understand, like, not necessarily like a double standard, but it's like I understand, like, y'all just don't, like, whether you hate Shador or not,
Mm-hmm.
how can you objectively look at this and all the stuff that's happened to him and just be like, oh, this is normal? Like, I saw people like on some YouTube comments saying y'all just need to quit making excuses for Shador. I'm like, bro, literally took out his wristband, made it clear that he doesn't want to coach him. Barely gave him any praise when he did do good. Took him out on a 2-point conversion when he was playing lights out.
Lights out. Mm-hmm.
So it's just like, that's not normal. And like any organization team, like, that's not normal, like, at all. And so it's just like, yes, I understand he didn't play great this past game. And the week before, I know it's the 3 picks, and yada yada yada. But it was also like I'm just like not saying to coddle him, but you just put everything in perspective. Like you got to realize his first time getting reps with the first team, like the starters, was live in a game, like in week
Mhm,
13.
mhm,
I was
mhm.
like, yes, he's a fifth round pick, but he hasn't even had the grace or the situation scenario of a normal
Rookie
player,
quarterback.
like a normal quarterback. Like
Yep.
no one goes through this. Well, oh, he's not the starter; he's the backup, so they don't get as many reps. Granted, that's true, but they get some reps. They
Yeah,
don't get
Dylan Gabriel got reps.
exactly before he was starting. He was getting reps.
Yes.
This is going to be a QB competition. So what happened to the competition part? Like all these things, people say we're making excuses, but so on and so on. I think it's a bunch of bull. People need to check their hearts.
For
Some of
sure.
y'all got some issues.
For sure. Okay. The reason why people can't objectively look at it is because they're looking at it from their biases, right? I mean, I'm telling you, it's literally, I really feel like people really don't see. Um, I really do feel like people genuinely cannot, they are genuinely blinded to the reality of the situation. And I think that comes from a hardness of heart, because at somewhere along the way, you made a decision about this young man for whatever reason, maybe because of your own insecurities, your own intimidation, your own dislike for what you deem to be cocky and arrogant. And, there are some people that don't like for other people to have a certain level of success. And so they'll call it arrogant, they'll call it nepotism, they'll call it cocky, but in the same breath will fawn over um, a Manning. You know what I'm saying? So and no, I'm just using that as an example. I don't have no issue with Arch Manning. Arch Manning can play some ball. I mean, dude is handling his business. I'm not mad at it.
Yeah,
Um,
now
no,
he is.
no. I mean, he has grown into it, because it was real weird at the beginning. Oh yeah, he's a Heisman contender. I'm like, he hadn't done anything yet. Chill out. But no, bro. Arch is good. And I like the Mannings, no disregard to them, but I'm just the media, right? Media and people. But no, Manning is doing this thing for real. Shout out to Arch Manning. Um, but I just think, honestly, bro, I think it's a hardness of heart, biases and prejudices, and stuff we're not even aware of. Some people don't even know why they don't like Shador. They just know they don't, but they can't tell you why. And if they do tell you why, it's going to be the same cracked out statement that makes no sense because of something outlandish, because of something he did when he was 5 years old. Like, it's not going to make any sense. And I think people refuse to see the reality of the situation, because it's like, I hate you so much, I am blinded to the reality of the situation. It's all your fault, right? I didn't know about this whole wristband thing, and it's infuriating a bit, because it's like, how does this happen? Idiots are out here saying that Shador needs to be a professional, but like you just said, this is a professional organization. So how does this professional organization that has been an organization for how many years, how do y'all how does a wristband get switched out? It's funny because I think just last week I said, I don't be trusting anything from Stefanski or from the Browns when it comes to Shador. You name Shador the starter for the rest of the year. I looked at that schedule. Who the Browns are playing for the rest of the year, it's no joke, right? They just had the Bears. Bears been out here tripping. Like, they've been mauling, okay?
Yeah,
They have the Bills coming up. I don't like the Bills, but it is what it is. The Bills have come back and won, what, 2 games in a row after being down?
for sure.
They
Yeah, I think so. I think
Is
so.
it 2 games in a row, or 2 games in 3 weeks? Because when they played the Bengals, they were down. Bengals were outplaying them. They came back and won that game. Was that last week or the week before, or 2 weeks ago? I may be a week or so behind. Or maybe. whenever it was. Was
Yeah,
that?
but also they also did it to Ravens week 1.
Yeah,
They
that's
were down
exactly.
21, I think.
Yeah, and they
Something like
came
that.
back and won. They were down the Bengals. I mean, I saw that they were down. Bengals were outplaying them defensively, offensively, all this and that. And them dudes came back and won. They get on my nerves, okay? Then
Yeah.
the Patriots started off. Patriots had them up how many points at the half? 20, 14, 21? Had them up.
Yeah, I think I know at some point they were up by 21 and they came all the way back. So
Right.
yeah.
And the Bills came back and won that game. They really do get on my nerve. I don't like the Bills. But it is what it is. If they coming back and winning, it is what it is. Teams got to do better, right? So
Right.
Browns had the Bears. That's a problem. They have the Bills coming up. That's a problem. They have the Steelers after that. Could be a problem, but still, it's still the Steelers. It is what it is, right? And then after that, they have the Bengals. Bengals are been bingling, not doing great, whatever. However, that's still a division game. Then playing the Steelers, division game, right? So these are not easy games, so to speak, right?
Right.
Steelers can go either way. We know Bengals can go either way, but those two games are division. They play teams be playing different when they be playing their division people.
That is very true. And I don't think that gets enough like credit
Yeah,
sometimes. I'm like, division games are like up in the air. Those games are completely different. Like
they are.
everyone just plays different. Some
They
guys
do.
get up for these games. They are rivalries.
Yes, because you can watch. I'm gonna tell you, it don't matter how bad the Falcons and the Saints are doing in a season. When they play each other, oh, it's go time. That's always a good one to watch.
Yeah.
Falcons Saints.
That is a good one.
What we just saw, Falcons Bucks, which I know we'll run through a little bit. But it don't. Saints can suck. Falcons can suck. They play each other. Them games be a good time. So I said it last week. I don't trust him. Why you name him the starter for the rest of the season? That's a tough schedule that they have. I said also, I hope, it goes well, that he doesn't get injured. I also talked about the fact that in every game that this man has started, there has been some real dumb that has happened. So are we sabotaging him? Because how does the wristband get switched out? In this week of preparation, did y'all practice the plays that y'all put on this man's wristband? Or did you practice the plays that was supposed to be on his wristband? Who gave him the jacked up wristband? When did this happen? This timeout was called and y'all give him a different wristband.
I think it was early, like in the first quarter.
Why would you do that? You got the man off kilter in the first quarter of the game. That's a mental situation. That's a mind game. So I'm just like, so if you're gonna sabotage it and gonna play with the young man mentally, that's evil. And two, you despise him so much, you're okay with making sure your team loses? You're okay with making sure y'all punt the ball on the 29-yard line? You're okay with taking the guy out who has the hot hand to put in the running back on a wildcat play that for some reason decided not to pitch the ball to the wide receiver who had room to run into the end zone? Okay. You hate him that much. If I'm Shador, I'm not starting. I'm not playing the rest of the season. But that's me. Because I don't trust them.
Yeah. My bad, I was thinking about medicine.
Oh, yeah, you're
Like
fine.
dissolving in my mouth. I said, I was on them pills.
Oh,
You
yeah,
ever
yeah.
like bit into a capsule?
Oh, yeah, don't do that.
Oh, yeah, yeah. One time in life, I said, oh my goodness.
Yeah, don't
This
do
will be
that. No.
dissolved in my body?
Yeah, no. Just have your water already ready and then
Yeah.
do it. Yeah. Yeah.
Dissolved quick. I said, oh no, sir.
Yeah, because that taste is awful.
Yeah,
But
so
yeah. Now
but
and I know Shador, I know his mindset, of course, is to rise above all the negativity. I love that. I just, don't want to see him get hurt out there with their stupid.
no, yeah, totally agree. And it's just a tough situation. I'm like, you gotta play because you gotta prove to the rest of the league I'm worth being in this league. But you are like you have like the shortest end of the stick every week. And it's just kind of like you said. Hopefully, owners or GMs are and coaches can see like, okay, Stefanski or in the Browns, or they got going on, they're messing this kid up. Hopefully,
intentionally.
they see enough within these next 3 games to where he'll have a shot. Because the Browns, a few things can happen. Where the Browns they fire Stefanski, stick with Shador, they could go back to Dylan Gabriel, or they take one of their first round draft picks and they draft a quarterback in the league.
Quarterback.
Or sorry, in the league. They draft a quarterback for their team, and then Shador's the backup still. They could always release him. So there's a few different scenarios. Stefanski should get fired regardless, but regardless of what they decide to do. But he may not get fired. He might still be in good grace with that team. So it's just like, I don't know. It's really weird. Tough.
It's very bro, it's very this is very troubling. And the fact that Coach Stefanski is the one that gave him the wrong wristband. So I'm like that I don't think that that's an accident, you know? I definitely don't think that's an accident.
No, yeah, totally agree. I was blowing my nose. I didn't,
Okay, I look back
uh,
because I had switched screens real quick to look at something. I come back and I'm like, where'd he go?
no, yeah,
Okay,
I was here. I was like, I don't think no one will see this.
but
But yeah, no, I don't. Yeah, definitely not an accident.
why?
Not everything. You
Why
could
would
say
you?
like one or two instances, but there's been something every week.
Every game that he has started, I know I'm missing one. Kicking the ball on the 29-yard line.
Yeah, taking them
Oh
out for the 2 point conversion twice. More so
yes,
the second one than the first one, but definitely twice.
yes, and taking him out of the red zone. So when
Yeah,
they were the first game he started, didn't let
yeah,
him do any of the red zone plays. Kicked the ball on the 29-yard line on the fourth down. Um, the crazy going for it on the 4th and 100 or whatever, going for it.
yes,
Ah, that all of that, and then taking him out when he's bringing your team back, and so now you've given him the wrong wristband.
yeah. However, that works. If it was Stefanski or one of the equipment managers, however that part happened, but it's just like that don't make sense.
I
It's like really hard to do, and it's very rare.
Yeah, and Stefanski has been a coach for how long? And we talk about him being coach of the year, what, twice?
Yeah, and he was offense coordinator before this, so I mean, you've been around like a system and all that stuff. You like, you know.
Yeah, so you don't do that's not a mistake you make. You know what I'm saying? That is not a mistake you make. You don't give your guy the wrong you do not give your guy the wrong wristband. That's come on. Because did he ever give Dylan Gabriel the wrong wristband?
No. And it's like, what do y'all see in Dylan Gabriel? For people that are out there, like, what do you see in Dylan Gabriel?
They see what bro, I probably don't need to say it the way I want to say it. No disrespect to Gabriel, because Dylan Gabriel, I don't know him like that, but they see what they're comfortable with. So it's easier to exalt what I'm comfortable with, right? It's easier to love on and mold and blah, 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 what I'm comfortable with. The reality is, Shador Sanders is a phenomenal football player. As we've said before, I'm not delusional to the point where I'm like, oh, he makes no mistakes. No, brother makes mistakes. There are things he still needs to grow in. Absolutely. Stuff that I saw him do at Colorado, stuff I've seen him do here. Got to make better decisions, better reads, get the ball out your hand, but whatever. That comes with growth. Also, you're playing in the NFL. Them defensive guys are a lot faster in the NFL and bigger and will lay you out fast, harder, faster than the guys in college. Them some big dudes in college too, but it's a different ball game in the NFL. I'm
Yeah.
not deluded to be like out here in a delusion. Sanders is so good. He makes no mistakes. He's perfect. No, that's stupid. No, he has to grow. There's still growth to happen. He's played 5 games now, 4 games now, 5 games now. And
I think 5.
5, right? Okay, the one
Yeah.
he came in on, and then he had started the last 4, right? Something
Well,
like that.
yeah. So yeah, you say he's had 4 starts.
4 starts.
Oh yeah,
Okay,
that first one.
so 4 starts. He's getting 4 starts in the NFL after being shut out by his own coach throughout the offseason. I mean, I'm sorry, throughout the preseason. Well, clearly offseason, preseason, right? You haven't tried to do right by the man. Okay. Um, but people don't know how to handle him, right? Just like people didn't know how to handle Cam Newton. As much as Cam Newton was loved by some, he was extremely disliked by others.
He
Um,
was, and it
right.
was clear.
It was polarizing.
Yeah.
So, and I mean, but people like what they are comfortable with because at the end of the day, Shador Sanders is a phenomenal player. Shador Sanders also has a father. Shador Sanders has a Deion Sanders. Shador Sanders can stand on his own. You see what I'm saying? And because he's not also because he's not out here. I haven't heard of no off-season issues, drama, stuff like that. People sometimes don't know how to take a certain person that has stability and has support. If they can't relate to this individual, like we talked about last week, Stefanski's not even trying to relate to him. You're not seeing him as a player on your team. You're not seeing him as an opportunity you have, first off, as a man and as a leader to impart into this young man. You don't look at him that way. And that's a disservice um, to Shador Sanders. And for me, that's also a disservice to how I get to view you. Because how are you ever a coach of the year? When you pick and choose who you want to coach and who you want to lead. Who cares about you not wanting him? I don't care. You're supposed to be a coach. So that lets me know, and I think I said this last week, you're not a coach.
Yeah.
You got the title, you got the position, but that's not your makeup because you're still too consumed with you. I know I said this last week. So y'all getting it again because it just infuriates me is that people can be in certain places of leadership and they are not they don't concede to what that actual role means. You're
Yeah.
that in title, but you're not that in nature, you're not that in character, you're not that in heart. And I would not trust Stefanski's leadership. I don't care if he was a manager at a Whataburger. I would not trust his leadership because he makes this about him. So if you can't mold me into the best fry maker, I don't need you as my. I wouldn't want to be under his leadership. Got me out here sabotaging me, telling me to put the grease at 600 and it's supposed to be at 300. Nah, man, gave me the wrong wristband. You have lost your mind. Then I blow the Whataburger up and I'm out of a job. Nah, I can't trust you.
Yeah.
And that was wild to compare it to Whataburger, but they same colors. It's good.
Hey, I see what you did there. I like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't trust that man. I don't trust his leadership. It's wild.
Yeah, just final thing to say on Stefanski. We can move on. I'm not
Yeah.
Stefanski. I hate coaches that focus on winning because when you focus on yes, winning is a goal, duh. But when you focus on raising the young men or the young women that you're working with, winning
Yeah.
comes with it.
Yes.
So if you just focused on raising up Shador in the way that he should go as
You
a
should go.
coach,
Mm-hmm.
as developing someone, the other stuff comes along with it. That's why like I don't like politics and sports and all those things, especially at the high school level and in college too, for sure. Especially now
Yeah.
with NIL deals, but that's a whole nother conversation.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
even like before that though, just politics and we preach and harp on well if you work hard, hard work pays off, but that's not always true. Politics, things come up, things like that happen, money under the table, yada yada yada, so on and so on.
Mm-hmm.
You just get these men and some women too. You get men and women in these positions of leadership, and like Stefanski, for an example, and you're in a role of leadership, but you are not a leader You don't live the life of a leader, so you don't have the qualities of a leader, but you ended up in this role. Like
Yeah.
I was at where I was working at. I
Uh-huh.
won't say the company name because the
Oh,
company
yeah.
was fine, but that woman that was in that role, she had no business being in that role.
Yep.
Tripping
Yep.
on me. Had to let him
Yep.
know something
Yep.
respectfully though. Respect your own.
Respectful. Respectful.
But
Yep.
no, yeah, it's kind of like like Shador's a young man. He's not an idiot. Like
No.
it's pretty clear. Even if you don't know football, I think you can just say someone off the street, "Hey, watch this and watch what this guy says about this young man and his interaction with this young man." And we're just talking about like psychoanalysis and things like that. Look at his character. Do you think he likes him? A lot of people can figure that out. I can show this to the children I work with at the school I work at.
You
They
could.
will figure out. I don't think he likes
I
him.
don't think he likes him.
So, and it shouldn't. One thing I learned as a teacher, your students should never know you don't like them.
Exactly.
That's why teachers are the best actors and actresses because you don't know who I like. You don't know who my favorite is.
Right.
So it's very clear, Stefanski. We might not know who his favorite is, but we definitely know who his favorite isn't, and that's Shador
Exactly.
Sanders, and that is
Exactly.
very sad to say.
It is. And let me just, as a leader, just real quick, as a leader, you just it's not about you. As a
Mhm.
leader, you really have to embody the opportunity you have as a leader, as a coach, as a teacher. The opportunity you have, even if you don't like the kid, it don't matter. I'm in this position and I have the power and the access to um, get to this kid and help them along the way. That's
Yeah,
my job as a coach. That's my job as a leader. That's my job as a teacher. It's not about me. It's about getting this kid to that next grade, getting this kid to that next level. So when
I
you
think so. Yeah,
refuse, when you pick and choose who you're going to teach, when you pick and choose who you're going to develop as a coach, you don't need to be in that role
yeah,
because you don't have the character, and to be in a role like that really does require love, because it's love that still chooses, I don't like this kid get on my last nerve, but I gotta teach this little dude how to read. Oh, he getting on my nerves. He been misbehaving, but he still needs to know how to read. And he got the audacity to misbehave and he can't read. So we gonna figure this out. And love is what compels you to still do the job, even if you don't like the little person you having to help. It doesn't matter. Love should be compelling you in that type of role. So it is very bothersome to me to have people that have a role, have a title, and they don't have no love and shouldn't be operating in that position because they that's not what they need to be doing.
that's true. Yeah, you hit that right on the nail.
Yeah, but
Last thing on this
yeah.
topic. So you started talking about
I know we keep last thing in this thing. Go
yeah, I
ahead,
mean,
go ahead, go ahead.
we about to leave the family function. We say bye to each other 3 times.
You facts.
Say
You
bye in
already
the house.
Yep.
You say bye at the doorstep.
Yep.
You say bye at the end of the sidewalk or
Yep.
like where the cars are. Then you
Yep.
say bye when they're in the car.
In the car, with the door halfway open,
Yeah,
maybe
don't have to.
closed.
And then you go back. You in the car all the way, but the window down. You say bye,
Yep. Yep.
and
You
then
already
you
know
finally
how to
leave.
All
Yeah.
right.
So, because we start talking about leadership, and I love talking about leadership and stuff like that.
Yeah, same.
So, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the 2012 version,
Oh,
off of Nickelodeon. Man, so
mhm.
many lessons within that show. But Leonardo, that's the blue bandana ninja turtle.
Mhm.
I was saying that for you. I was saying for someone out there that might not know. But yeah, he was talking to his father, Master Splinter, and he didn't want to lead his brothers no more because they didn't appreciate him. So they went out on a patrol, and his father was like, "Where are your brothers?" And he said, "I don't know." Like he gave up his leadership role to Raphael because Raphael was talking that noise. Thought he was
Yeah.
talking all that noise, the red bandana ninja turtle, talking
Mhm.
all that noise. So he like, man, you don't know what you be doing. You be making some weak calls, basically. So he was
Mm.
like, all right, I'm done. I'm sick of this. Like, and then I think he said like they just don't listen to me, father. That's what he was saying. And Master Splinter had told him it's not about being appreciated. He said that's what leadership isn't about. It's not about you being appreciated. It's about there needing to be a leader and just getting the job done.
Right.
And so clearly Stefanski doesn't just want to get the job done. He doesn't care. He has what other agenda he has, but it's clearly not to make sure one, his team's in the best position to win,
Yeah.
and seek to develop his players. And like even what you was talking about earlier, just about being comfortable. Um, people will exalt what they are comfortable with. And
Mm,
I know we brought up the Lord and stuff like that earlier. The Lord pulls us out of things to where we aren't comfortable, but that's where growth happens. And Stefanski has been the same old stale coach,
yeah.
and that's very clear.
Yeah.
So, and just to go back to the show, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Raphael did learn it was very hard to lead because he froze up because he didn't realize that his brother Leonardo, in a sense, is making calls while putting his brother's lives in danger. But that's why he's always trying to make the most calculated, best call to make sure they don't get hurt. I remember he told his other brother, Donnie, Raphael, to go hit this enemy with his a certain move. It didn't work. And then he said to do the same move again. He's like, "You sure it didn't work the first time?" He said, "Do it again." I'm like, "How what?" He got what? And then on there, they say, "Oh, I think he got his shell knocked loose." So that's like when they really messed up, or they knocked the
Yo.
shell out of him. They don't give you cuss on that joint. Just ain't shell. But yeah, so,
Bro.
yeah, leadership is not for the faint of heart.
No, it's not.
And like you said, it is a very loving and enduring role. I liked how you said that. So,
Yeah.
ooh, that was really good. See,
Yeah,
I like
and
that.
that was good. I'm glad you brought up that example about Ninja Turtles. Yeah, because you just
Yeah.
see leadership is sacrificial. It's not about you. So
Ooh,
when you are
yes, it is.
self-absorbed, you're not the leader. You don't need to be the leader. That ain't it.
Yeah,
So yeah.
I like that. Leadership is sacrificial. Definitely put that one in the notes. Good job, T.
Oh, thank
All
you.
right. So moving on.
Yeah.
I know we're keeping a track of the time. It is 8:30.
Okay.
So you want to go ahead and do
No,
what?
I know. Let's I'm just disappointed with the Cowboys. I don't even want to talk about them. They get on my last nerve.
Yeah, Cowboys didn't play great. I will say just real quick, what you doing? I didn't watch the game, didn't check the highlights. Trouble, watching games over this weekend. I believe, I believe he did throw a ball to Jerry Judy, and the ball got ripped out of his hands, and it was an interception. Just want to put that out there. Jerry Judy, stay in your place. All right, we can continue.
I ain't gonna even say nothing because you hit it. I ain't gonna even because he can kick
That
rocks
guy.
too. Yeah, I'm like, bro. Anyway,
Yeah, I know they had their moment. They was kneeling together. Yada
yeah,
yada.
and I love that. He need to hold on to the
Love
ball.
that for y'all. Hold on
Yeah,
to the rock, Judy.
come on,
My Steve
man.
Smith said you was a third tier receiver. He wasn't lying.
Yeah,
He might
he's
have been. Might just said fourth, fifth. I don't know
yeah,
if they got them tiers when he was thinking about it. But yeah, go ahead. Cowboys, yeah, they sold. They just didn't get the job done. The Vikings played hungrier than them. They played like they had a playoff chance.
yeah. Like the Lions play hungrier than Dallas. I don't know what's going
Yeah.
on. They get on my nerves, and it's very just irritating because y'all gave us this glimpse of hope. Y'all went on a 3-game win streak. You're beating Super Bowl teams. Like you're playing well. Defense looks like it's finding some identity, and then we go back to our shenanigans. So I don't even. That's enough. We'll see. D's not on here to keep playoff hopes and Super Bowl hopes alive.
Oh yeah, and MVP Dak.
Yeah,
Not for
but
Dak though. He's not the problem, but
that no Dak.
yeah,
Yeah, Dak has play well. His team is just selling him. So
yeah.
selling him on down the river. We'll see. Like you said earlier, I think you said this earlier, or we may have talked about it before we started recording. But we know if Dallas is going to have any type of chance, they
Oh,
have to win out. And that's right. We'll take a look. Oh, they get on my like I said. They get
schedule
on.
real quick.
Yeah, let's look really quick. I'm not going to stay here long, and I'm gonna pull up the Eagles schedule as well. So we know if Dallas still wants to get in here, they have to win out
Yes.
and Eagles have to lose out.
Yeah, Dallas has to go 3-0, and Eagles got to go 0-3.
Right. And of course, anything can happen. I'm not holding my breath because Dallas is irritating because what would be the point of them getting into the playoffs to then lose in the first round? Y'all could have stayed at the house. So I'm just really annoyed with them, as y'all can clearly tell. So Dallas, last 3 games, Chargers this upcoming week, then Commanders, then Giants.
Yeah.
And the Eagles, Commanders, Bills, Commanders. So
Yeah, I don't see them losing to the Commanders twice. So
the Eagles,
yeah,
yeah,
they could
unless
lose to the Bills, but
they could lose to the Bills, but them losing to the Commanders twice,
nah.
and then
Possible.
Commanders. I know
Yeah,
Jaden. Yikes! I know he got hurt again, but Mariota was in right when he in.
I think no, I think so. I'm just shaking my head with him being hurt again.
I know, and that's sad. Hopefully, he gets that together and can stay healthy in the next season. I mean, still a young man, still got a long career. Well,
Oh
I can assume, yeah, he has a long career ahead of him. So hopefully, he'll just come back in the right space next year. I
yeah,
mean, Mariota. I mean, the team they still play well with Mariota. So, and it's also good for me to see Mariota getting this opportunity as well. Not
yeah,
because Jaden got hurt, but Mariota has had an interesting road in the league as well. So
yeah.
um, and
Very.
I'm seeing him. I mean, he's he's not playing bad. He's doing well. So, but yeah, I don't know that the Eagles will lose to them. We'll see. I don't, but I don't trust the Eagles either. So I don't trust nobody. I don't trust them more than Dallas. So, and then Dallas, could they lose to Chargers? Absolutely. Even though, could they lose to the Commanders? Yeah, they could. Could they lose to the Giants? Yeah, they could. Because of this defense. Okay, we're just
I
gonna move on.
nearly lost to the Giants the first time.
That's
Well,
what
Russ,
I'm saying, bro. That's what I'm
they
saying.
really did lose to him. Russ just
Threw that interception after 450 yards in the air.
most he's had too.
Yeah,
All for 9. That sucked. That was
that
really that was deflating. Not
that
saying I was
was.
just straight up hoping the Cowboys lost, but it was like, bro, Russ is playing out of his mind. I hope they win.
It would have been fair.
I was like, dang.
Yeah, I
Ouch.
don't trust Dallas. They get on my nerves. They're really frustrating. They're still my team. They just get on my nerves. Let's move on. Okay.
Yep.
Um, okay. All right. Bucks,
Oh yeah.
heartbreaking loss. But then the irony for me is heartbreaking loss. Panthers go to number one, then Panthers turn around and lose to the Saints. How do you lose to the Saints? But again, division game. So, but Bucks, I have to say, Bucks and Falcons played. They both played. I saw some great things happening from both quarterbacks in that game. Kirk Cousins, hey, him and Pitts,
Yeah, Kyle Pitts, yeah.
they put on a clinic, bro. Bucks did not have any answers for Pitts. I know I told you, that is a huge man. They had no answers for him. And I think the other hard thing to see was the Bucks defense stumbling, couldn't tackle,
Yeah.
missing tackles, tripping on the ground. What was going on with that defense? So that was a tough loss. That interception that Baker threw in the fourth definitely did not help. Tough loss, but I can't be mad at Pitts and Cousins and what the rest of the team did. I mean, honestly, Cousins threw some phenomenal balls during that game. Baker threw some phenomenal balls. Him and Mike Evans. Mike Evans was playing his behind off. So that was a tough loss. And I know we'll talk about the playoff pictures here in a moment.
Yeah.
See where things stand. Because I mean, now with the Panthers losing, I mean, Bucks could be in a better position, but we'll take a look at it here in a moment. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, it's still a game behind. Like basically they could have won, and then with the Panthers losing, that would have been perfect. But they both lost. Both these were divisional
Games.
games.
Yep.
So I mean, yeah, it didn't help.
Yeah, it didn't help. So it would have been great if Bucks had won. I'm just like, Bucks, I need y'all to hold on because still, even with them too, y'all get into the playoffs. What are y'all gonna do? Some of these teams, I'm like, we scrapping, fighting to get a spot, but I can't trust that you're gonna get past the first round.
Yeah.
So you
No.
just need to go to the house.
Yeah, and Mike Evans had 6 receptions, 132 yards. And
Bro,
his longest was 45 yards.
that was only 6 receptions. Bro, when I tell you the effort that man made, he is a phenomenal player.
He is, and he doesn't get a lot of credit because he's not the most flashiest player like a Justin Jefferson or Spitgate Jamar Chase or Even I was like, even CD Lamb with
Yeah,
the
no
Dallas
chicken.
Cowboy, he's
Yeah.
88. But Mike Evans just gets it done and down and dirty year in,
Yes.
year out.
Yes, he does. I mean, that man's consistent. He's had multiple 1,000 yards receiving
Yeah.
seasons. And I'm like, dude, like, I think that long ball, he was in a one-on-one situation. I think that was a 45 one. I think.
Yeah.
Baby throws the ball down the field one-on-one. That's the guy I want to throw the ball to in a one-on-one situation. Brother, that man went up and him and them strong hands came down with that ball. Mike Evans is tough. And I can't believe that was only 6 receptions. I could have sworn he had like 20 balls. Like that was only six.
Yeah. That's a lot of Jameis over 132. But then you turn to Kyle Pitts, who had 11, 166 yards, and 3 touchdowns. And his longest was a 36 yard.
Bro, yeah, when I say they had no answer for Pitts, and I'm like, where has Pitts been the whole season? I'm like, y'all got a secret weapon right there.
Where has he been the whole 4 or 5 years? It's been crazy.
Oh, that's wild.
Because he was crazy. He went crazy in Florida, the University of Florida, the
Yeah,
Gators. But he just hadn't panned out. But what he just did is kind of like what was expected of him to do in the league, but it just hadn't come to fruition yet. But maybe this will be a trend upward. Just
yeah. Because
yeah,
I think I looked up his stats. That brother is what, six? Ooh, six.
6'6".
Is he 6'6", 250?
I'm not
And
sure on the weight, but I think he's 6'6" for sure.
yeah, and to look at him, he's only 25. That man is
Yeah,
massive.
he's young. Yeah,
And to look at him be so much larger than the defense as well. And I mean, he was just going up in the air, like just getting they had no answer for him. And I'm looking at the Falcons like, if you've had this whole time, but like you said, I also don't know where he was at all this time as well. But
yeah.
hey, he popped off. We'll see how he plays this upcoming week.
Came out like Cole Beasley.
Exactly. It was like when we realized we had a Cole Beasley. So yeah, so who Falcons have? Falcons have the Cardinals this upcoming week. Ooh, then they got the Rams. That's crazy. And then they got the Saints. Ooh, the Falcons Saints. That'll be a good one January 4th. But yeah. So we'll see if what Kyle Pitts what he continues to do.
Yeah.
Okay. So we can segue to the you want to talk about Burrow real quick?
Oh yeah, just quick. So he just came out and talked about basically not having fun playing football. And then he did come like I wouldn't say his comments were really vague, but they got a lot of buzz. Oh, does he just not have fun in Cincy? People headlines trying to make a story. And he came back the next day and clarified he was referring to football. It has nothing to do with the Cincinnati Bengals organization. He's been injured multiple times, and it hasn't been easy injuries. Like at least plus 4 weeks. And when all you're used to is winning. And I think he was injured his first season, but then he came back the second season, and I think that's when they made it to the Super Bowl. Or that was the third season. It was like AFC Championship Super Bowl or Super Bowl and the AFC Championship. And he just came off of LSU, like won the Natty. Like he's just used to playing this is what it's called meaningful football. Like right now, the games they're playing has no meaning because it's like we have no chance to win anything. I already missed all of my season.
Yeah.
And last season when he did play a full season, the team wasn't good enough, and they scored all the points, he got all the yards, but then they still couldn't win the games. And then this season where he gets hurt and he comes back and they win, and they generally do have a chance to make the playoffs, as crazy as that is. But the AFC North has been terrible.
Right, it has been.
But he came back with them having a chance, and then they lost, and back to playing non-meaningful football. Don't know, what his rehab was like. And like we talked about earlier with Micah and Mahomes, of course, prayers up, but the mentality. I can have mentality for so long, but I go through so many injuries. It's like, whew, I don't know if I want to do this anymore. Like Andrew Luck, who was a really good, not let's say great, really good football player.
Yeah.
He ended his career early, but he had, I think, a baby girl, his wife. and he just had other aspirations and realized this ain't for me no more. Like I don't enjoy it like I used to.
Right, right, right.
Injuries can rob you from the joy that you have of just exercise. Period.
Yeah.
Injuries can do that. So, and then the talk is maybe he's pulling a Carson Palmer where he doesn't want to play for the Bengals, or he doesn't want to play for the Bengals, and he tries to get well, not even getting traded, but because he ended up retiring because he said
Mhm.
he would rather retire Carson Palmer than play for the Bengals. And it's kind of like, well, here we are again. Someone else in the
Yep.
Cincinnati Bengals is a bad organization,
Yep.
who's been cheap, but that's a different conversation. Yes, they did pay Jamar Chase and T. Higgins, but just building a team and so on and so on. But with Joe Burrow, either maybe he's really not enjoying football no more, or maybe he's pulling the Carson Palmer. He's not saying that,
Mm,
but pulling the Carson Palmer and wants to get up out of Cincy.
yeah. Okay. So it could really, like you said, it could be either way. It is vague, right?
Yeah, he
And I
did
do look.
clarify, but that was football. But I don't know.
Yeah, that's true. That was true. And I did look up the stat. He was drafted in 2020. He took them to they went to the Super Bowl his second season.
No, that was the second season. So then I
Mhm.
mean, the following season it was the AFC
Yeah,
Championship, and now the last 3 years you haven't made it to the playoffs.
that's tough. That is very tough.
Yeah,
That's almost like that. That's similar to what you were saying about the ACL injury, the healing, right?
yeah,
You're seeing this progress, and then
yeah.
not saying anything. So I'm like, yikes. So do you stay in it? Do you leave the game of football? Do you leave this team? I don't know if he's even, I don't know where he's at in his contract but yeah, that's tough. So it'll be interesting to see what happens from here. And like you said, injuries, that does deflate your passion for the game.
Yeah.
Depending on what those injuries are, depending on mental fortitude, depending on what's just happening in your life. So, oof,
And he's taking a lot of hits as
yeah,
well
yeah, that's
in
not
his career.
Yeah, that's not good.
Yeah. You
Yeah,
get
he
tired of
has had a lot of injuries. Huh?
I see you get tired of taking hits like that.
True. Yeah.
Especially, they wasn't investing in the O line in the beginning. So yeah.
That's not okay. That's really not okay. That's irritating.
Yeah.
Like we want these quarterbacks to be the stars of our team, but we're not protecting them.
Well,
I
be
mean,
some combusting stars.
yeah. I'm like, y'all, and then y'all not protecting them, and then people out here will put their mouth on him talking about he was overrated. Like, what? That's insane. That's insane. Bro, that's insane. Okay. Well, we'll keep an eye out on that with Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
Go
I
ahead.
would say tell the people where we're headed to next. I'm here.
Oh, okay. Oh, we are going to go ahead and move into taking, you know what? We'll take a quick look at the playoff picture and then we'll get into our picks for the following week and then we'll turn you guys loose. So, really quick, the AFC, even though the Patriots lost to the Bills, Patriots are still a game ahead of the Bills, but I believe they went 1-1 in their games against each other. So they each won one and lost one versus each other. So Patriots are 11-3, Bills are 10-4. So it's very well could be we'll still get two out of the AFC East. AFC North, Steelers are a game ahead of the Ravens, so still watching that one. But right now, it's clear that the Steelers will be going from the AFC North. AFC South, very clear that we could have two teams coming out. Jags 10-4. They had an incredible win versus the Jets. I mean, I guess we could say it is the Jets, but nonetheless, still a professional football team.
Oh
Jags,
no. We gotta say that because it was just the Titans for sure. It was
oh,
just the Titans.
that's facts. That's facts.
That on haters. What's that white dude's name? Off of first things first. With gosh, my mind's going blank. With I watch them like almost every day, boy. With Chris Broussard, it's Kevin Wiles and Nick Wright. What's this other dude they added on there? I don't remember his name. But he was talking about, it was just the Titans. It was going over Shador's stats and so on and so on. And I was like, I get you. It's just the Titans. But given the situation
Yeah, them.
itself,
Come on now.
yeah.
What other rookie has thrown that much, scored that much?
Yeah, and I think since he's been playing, don't hold me to it. I was trying to look this up. I think he has the best stats out of all the QB rookies.
I
So
wouldn't be surprised.
yeah, so it's just like y'all pick and choose, and
Yeah.
because with him, he loves Justin Herbert, this guy I'm talking about. And it's like, with what has Justin Herbert done? Respectfully,
Yeah, and Justin Herbert is really good, but Justin Herbert, I have that atrocity I saw when the Chargers played the Eagles.
yeah,
Now look, his throws and things was happening. Okay, come on, Justin. But he still did take off and run the ball, and he still made stuff happen. I love
true.
it. But the Chargers have been inconsistent for how long now? Not finishing for how long now? And Justin Herbert is
Well,
good, but
I don't say I don't like Rex Ryan either, because
I
Rex
love
Ryan. Well, I can't say either. I don't mind the other dude. He was just. I was kind of like, yeah, I get what you're saying. Just the Titans, but come on, dog. Look at the whole situation.
yeah.
But
Rex Ryan is a strong hater.
he is, because it was something. I think he was giving praise to Josh Allen for the win, but I remember him specifically saying about Shador, when it's a win, it's we. When we lose, it's me. But I guess that goes out the window for Josh Allen. Or I mean, yeah, that goes out the window for Josh Allen.
Yeah. Oh, of course it does. Because again, we like what we're comfortable with. We like what's familiar. We like what's the idea of what we think a quarterback should be and should look like.
Yep. They
We
shouldn't even like Josh Allen because he mobile.
huh?
I said
Oh right, oh right.
they shouldn't even like Josh Allen because he mobile.
Yeah, because we want, other quarterbacks to stay in the pocket, but because he can do it, oh man, he's so great. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Let's not.
Go
Let's
ahead. Back to the playoff picture.
Yeah. Okay. So AFC South looks like the Jags and the Texans could be coming out. Well, here we go. Okay. Do you want me to share this? Should I share the screen? I'm sorry.
Sure.
Let me I can share the screen real quick.
Pete, what you talking about?
Yeah. Okay. Let me know if you can see it.
Yes, ma'am. You are good to go.
Okay. So possibly Patriots and Bills out of the East, right? AFC East. Looking at those, look, is it big enough for you to see?
No, yeah, it is.
Okay, so looking at their records, I think the two of them could both come out, right? Which would be that would be pretty exciting, right? Steelers and Ravens, they're only a game apart, but I just said like right now, looking at it, I would only pull one out of the North because the North is horrible. And I know I'm just looking at each division. I'm not looking at the whole where everybody's ranked right now, but this
No,
is
yeah,
just
you're
my
right though, because look at the Steelers, 8-6, and then the Colts are 8-6.
yeah.
And then the Ravens are 7-7. So I'm just saying, like, mathematically, like, I know you're not looking
Yeah.
at standings, but that's how that would work. Now the Steelers would make it because they won their division, but
Right.
you got to go to the Texans and the Bills, who have
Right.
9 wins and 10 wins with the Bills.
Yes.
So yeah, that would cancel out to making it from the North. So yeah, you're right.
So that makes okay. Oh,
From the
yeah.
North.
That makes sense. Okay, yeah, and the
Yeah,
AFC North is horrible.
yeah,
So, so I'm like, I wish teams would have played better in the AFC North. I wish some teams would have treated their rookie quarterbacks better because we could have been having a different conversation. But moving on. AFC South, it looks like we could have the Jags and the Texans.
yeah.
Jags and Texans. So that's 5. And then I'm looking at this. So that means if we take these two, Broncos and the Chargers, the Chargers, they suck. But if they end up making it in whatever multiverse that they make it, it could be Broncos and Chargers, and that would be our 7.
Yeah.
Okay. So 2 out of the West, 2 out of the South, 1 out of the North, and 2 out of the East. So, all right, that works. Let's look over at the NFC East. We got these two clowns, but the Eagles for sure, as it stands right now, 9-5. NFC North, boy oh boy, these guys. It's clearly the Bears. I don't know. I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna come back to the North. South right now, these jokers, I don't even want to look at them. Okay, I'm not doing a good job with this because I'm just appalled by these teams. Um, okay, we'll go to the West. Rams for sure. Looks like the Seahawks, but we'll see how the Seahawks finish out the season. Are we still thinking that all three of these could come out in the West?
Yeah, they have to.
Yeah.
Even
So
even with the Rams, I think and Seahawks playing each other, like if
yeah,
you look at all three, well,
yeah,
let's just say the Rams got it, whatever. So
yeah,
the Seahawks and the 49ers, so you go back up through
yeah.
the
These
wins
four,
and the losses, the next
yeah,
highest win. Well, the Bears don't count because they're winning their division.
yeah,
So you have to take them because the next highest win count is 9 with the
yeah.
Packers and the Eagles, but Eagles don't count because
They
they're already a part of the 4. So
right.
you have the Packers, but all three of those teams are ahead of the Packers. So
They
you have to
are,
take all three of them.
bro. Okay, so we're taking these three out the West.
Yeah, you got to.
We're gonna. I don't know which one of them is gonna be, but it'll only be one out the South.
Yep.
And then Bears for sure, Packers for sure, and then the Eagles, right?
Yeah. Unless
Or
the
not, maybe not the Packers, but because it could. We're between these two.
Packers or the Lions, unless the
Yeah,
Packers have it for sure right now,
yeah.
unless they implode with
Okay.
losing Micah and being deflated with the other players that they have lost already. But then with losing Micah, unless they implode, I really say it depends on Jordan Love and what he's about to bring to the table.
Yeah, look, they got the Bears again, right? And we
Yeah.
know they won that game, but what I saw from they won that one, right? When they played them yes, when
Yeah.
they played them. Okay, yeah. Cuz that was a big game
Close
and
though.
that is tough that Micah's out, right?
Yeah.
But because they were bringing so much pressure on Caleb Williams in that first half, right? He figured it out though, because I think we talked about it. I mentioned this. I think I mentioned it. Caleb Williams on the run, his rollout and throw, he's accurate. What I've seen. So even with that crazy throw he threw on Sunday, I'm like, how did you see that? I still don't understand that ball he threw and how that guy caught it. That random back of the in the end zone. If you saw that one, um, so I mean, Caleb Williams he's nice, and that'll be a good game. Packers Ravens, and then Packers Vikings. Yeah, yeah. Packers are inconsistent, so
Very true. They are inconsistent. I hope the Ravens pull it through.
yeah,
And then I don't know, 9 might be revitalized, so maybe he gonna show up.
yeah. We'll see. I just that's so weird, but yeah, maybe he'll show up. Maybe somebody else. I don't know. I don't like the whole alter ego thing.
Yeah, 9 is showing up for JJ McCarthy. If 9 comes, they got a chance to win.
Okay, well, yeah, and that's so strange because it's like
Right? I
it
know
could
it's
just be
crazy.
you, but that's really weird. So one out of the
Two
East,
Face.
huh?
That boy Two Face. I
Yeah,
don't want to throw a touchdown. I want to throw a pick.
yeah, that is very disturbing. It's really disturbing.
No, that's crazy. Yeah, I saw that video. He was looking all serious.
No,
What I doing? All right, dog.
no, that's
Boy had
disturbing.
one good game. They gave him. He had a whole nickname off of one good game. Talk about not earning something, but getting the stripes.
Yeah, because again, we like what we're comfortable with. We like what's familiar. We like what is familiar, but also passionate because we can get behind that. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, they're just really passionate about the game. They just really, really love it.
yeah. But
Mm.
OBJ, Slimming gold nets and all that stuff, he was a distraction. He wasn't passionate. He was just a diva.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Cam Newton was just a diva, putting a
Oh,
towel around his head.
oh yeah. Oh man. Oh man. Oh man.
And
Yeah.
Shador Sanders is confident, but Tom Brady can say he's winning the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
He's not
After
there yet.
asking his wife, who's a witch, okay.
Yeah,
So
exactly. The double, nope, not the doubles, nope. The DS.
exactly
The
the
DS.
double standard.
Double
The double standard. So just brief recap here for the NFC. NFC, one team out of the East, two teams out of the North, one team out of the South. Trash. and 3 teams out of the West, and we'll have our 7.
Yep.
And I see down here that this says that the Rams clinched the conference at 11-3. Let's look up the AFC side real quick, because if I may have overlooked that. Oh, and the Broncos. Oh, yikes!
Oh
Broncos
yeah,
got
this
the
one too.
conference. Man, they've been a sneak attack. They're on an 11-game win streak.
Yeah,
That's insane, bro.
they have not been cute, pretty games either. They have been dogfights, and they have oh gosh, so those have been dogfights, and they have been competing. So
Yeah, they have. Okay, so we can jump. I'll jump to this, but did you want to share your screen so you can? Can you still call out the games?
yeah, I'll do that after we do this.
Like the because we're gonna talk about our scores right now.
Yeah, since you pulled
Okay,
this.
okay, that's right, that's right. All right, here, take it away.
Who are we on? We're on me. Okay,
Yeah.
so I went 10-6,
Mm-hmm.
10 wins, 6 losses.
Yeah, you did good.
It hurt me picking the Giants
Yeah.
over the Commanders. Close
Yeah.
game. I think I picked my heart again on that one. I just
Mm-hmm.
thought, oh boy, Jackson Dart was going to pull it through with against Marcus Mariota. But I really like Marcus Mariota too. He's
Yeah.
a little bit older, but I do like his story. Saw that Netflix series with the QBs. And then where else did I mess up? Was it the Packers? That shocked. Well, no, it wasn't the Packers. Who else did I pick that I really shouldn't have picked? Jeez, dang.
You did
Yeah,
good picking the Bear. I think it was the Packers, right?
was it the Packers? Yeah,
Yeah.
Packers over
They played
the
the
Broncos. Yeah, I could have picked
yes,
the Broncos. So I was like,
yeah. And I
could have
made that
guessed.
mistake too. I chose the Packers, and I'm like, why would I do that? I don't like them like that. I don't trust them. I don't know why I did that.
Yeah,
I also didn't trust the Broncos, but I didn't realize they had been on before this a 10-game win streak. That's insane.
yeah.
I
Scroll
mean,
back up, T.
yeah.
So I have 127 wins and 96 losses.
Mm-hmm.
Made some good progress this past week.
Yep. Yep. All right, we'll just switch to D. No, he's
Yeah.
not here, but y'all ended up with the. You can go. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
He also went 10-6, 10
Yep.
wins, 6 losses. He chose the Broncos, where I chose the Packers,
Mm-hmm.
and then he chose the Commanders, where I chose the Giants.
Giants. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
Yep.
so
Yep.
that played a role. But yeah, he's now officially tied with
Yeah,
the
he came back.
27 wins and 96 losses after a rough start, but he did
Yes.
persevere, coming back. I guess it's cool or whatever.
Yeah, it's cool or whatever. Okay. And then yeah, he came back, and then I go ahead, brother. It's fine.
It's a little too hard for T to talk, so I'll take over. She had 7 wins and 9 losses,
Ridiculous.
not 10-6.
No.
Unfortunately for her, but fortunately for us, she's now 126 wins and 97 losses. She is a game behind us.
Yes, and I think I was I was like up 2 games like last week, wasn't I?
2 or 3. We'll say
Yeah.
2. It sounds better. She was up 5 games last week.
No, don't say that. Don't say that. That's insane. That mean I fell really far and called me Shador at that point. 5th round. Okay, I'll let it go. But yeah, now I'm a game behind these two.
Yeah,
That's
she's no game behind. Coming down to the wire, just like the playoff run here. Playoff
yeah,
match.
yep, absolutely. So yeah, we're close here. So let's go. I got to make some better picks this week.
Let's see what you got. See what you got, kid.
Okay, so here I'll stop sharing and you can take over.
Yes.
And
All
call
right.
out the games, and I'll type. I'll put me and yours in, and then we'll make sure D gets his in.
For sure, for sure. All right, I'm about to share it. Moving on to week 16. Whew, starting off with Rams and Seahawks. Okay, I'm going to share the screen.
Oh, that's troubling. I'm going with the Rams.
Ooh, that was fast.
I trust them more than the Seahawks.
All right, here we go. Good, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. So yeah, Rams versus Seahawks.
Oh wait. I don't see it.
You don't see it.
Sorry, I
Oh,
did.
I did not add it to the stage. That's why. Cool.
Okay, perf.
Now you see it, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, cool. So we got Rams versus the Seahawks. So you said Rams.
Yes, sir.
A big game. Do I trust Sam Darnold? Ooh, Thursday night, prime night football. I do not. Let's go Rams. I don't trust Sam. No green eggs and ham. Think the Rams finna come in and go jam. Ha. Okay. Got that off my
That's,
chest.
that's how you. That's how you feel. That's how you feel
Yeah,
about it.
that's how I feel about it. Unfortunately, I like the Seahawks, but y'all also just made Phillip Rivers look like he can really still play in this league. So
Ah! We don't take. I don't take nothing from Philip. That man got a
not
lot of
at all.
experience. I just wish he too had been on a better squad, Chargers, that could actually finish. So I'm like, this has been an ongoing situation.
It
You
has been an
know?
ongoing situation for that organization because Phil
Yeah.
Rivers had offensive weapons too when he was playing. It wasn't no scrub. So
No. Antonio Gates, anyone? Like, come on.
I remember Vincent
He
Jackson.
had some, huh?
I remember I was saying Vincent Jackson.
Yeah. You right. He had people.
Yeah.
And Philip Rivers wasn't no dud. You know what I'm saying? Like he was a good
No.
quarterback as well. So it could be also could just be an organizational issue. And I'm like, y'all need these organizations need to get their hearts right because something wrong with y'all. All right. So anyway, you said Rams. Okay. All right. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
I got Eagles versus Commanders. I got the Eagles.
Go with the Eagles. I don't know.
It's how you typing that with some reluctancy there.
Very much so because they suck. But anyway.
Jalen Hurts about to throw for 300 yards.
All right. Don't make me, bro. Don't make me choke.
Uh,
Okay,
Packers versus the Bears.
huh?
Packers versus the Bears.
That's I'm a call Bears on that one. I know they lost the first one, but I'm gonna call Bears on that one.
Yeah, I was feeling the Bears.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel the Bears. Cowboys versus the Chargers. Let's see your face.
I don't know. Um, both of them are terrible, right? And if it's anything like how the Chargers and Eagles game went. Now, the thing about that game, what I will commend is the defense, though, right?
Yeah, defense played
Because
out of their mind.
the both defenses, bro, they were insane, right? If Dallas's defense doesn't show up, that's the risk I'm running here again.
Yeah, and with the Chargers, like, bro, y'all had 5 turnovers. With the Eagles, it only got 6 points. But back to the Cowboys, I'm like, which George Pickens are we getting? Because this last 2 games now. There's 2 games back to back.
That's what I'm saying. So I'm like, can I just call a draw? I don't even want to vote on this one. I know I got to pick one of them because I'm like, both of y'all are so schizophrenic. I can't trust neither one of y'all. Oh man, I don't know. That's a stupid one.
I'm gonna take the Chargers.
Chargers, okay. I don't know. I want to of course, I want to hope for the best for Dallas, but you know what? I'm gonna root against them, and if they win, great. I'd rather them get the win than me get a win in this column. So I'm gonna go with the Chargers.
Okay,
Yeah,
I
because
like that.
yeah.
Big T making choices out here.
I know this is wild because y'all not giving me much to work with, but the frustrations.
So here's more frustration for you.
Okay.
Vikings versus the Giants.
Yeah. Two sucky. Okay. Um, I don't know which version of the Vikings is going to show up, and then the Giants. They have just been consistently not finishing. So
Yeah, with that being said, I gotta go Vikings.
Uh, these games are so far. These are all chalking up to be pretty terrible. Okay. Yeah. I'm going with the Vikings. All right, go ahead. I promise I'm not copying you. I promise.
Oh no, that's all right. You can say one will win behind me. Bengals versus the Dolphins.
I'm I'm gonna go with the I'm gonna go with the I'm gonna go with the Bengals. I'm hoping that all these Burrow comments don't cause no mental turmoil for the team. I'm gonna go with the Bengals. Who the Dolphins just play?
I don't know who they just played, but they
Steelers.
lost.
The
Oh,
Steelers.
Steelers.
That's right. Yeah.
I gotta go Bengals.
You want the Bengals? Okay.
Bucks versus the Panthers.
I'm gonna take the Bucks. Hopefully they get their behinds in shape. I still choose them over the. I'm gonna go with the Bucks.
Yeah, it's probably for the playoffs right here.
Yeah.
I got the Bucks.
Okay. All right. Go ahead.
In a gotta have it moment, I trust Baker.
Yeah. I mean, that man he still fought to the finish. He was under a lot of pressure. Like I said, that last interception he threw was wild because that Falcon, that dude, I mean, no pun intended, brother flew up there because he had hang time coming down with that ball. So he
Yeah, I did
jumped
see that
up.
one. Yeah.
Yeah, he had some hang time. So, but Baker is Baker, and he still has some phenomenal throws. Still played well, even under the pressure and the sacks and stuff. So,
Oh yeah. Jets versus the Saints.
two sorry teams. Ew. Uh, I think I'm gonna take the Saints in that one.
Same.
That's peculiar because I don't think I've taken them in anything this season.
Yeah, I was trying to think about who the quarterback is going to be. I think it's Tyler. Tyler Show.
Oh, Tyler Shuck.
Yeah, Shuck. Yeah, it's Shuck.
Okay, and then I wonder is the young man that started for the Jets the other day, is he
Tyler
starting?
Taylor.
No, he didn't start on Sunday. It was let me Brady Cook.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. Brady be cooking.
Well, he did throw I know he threw an interception. Let me see. Jets versus. Hang on, let me just look at it real quick. I know he had some tough throws, but that may have also been his. I believe that was his first start. Oh snap! Brother threw 3 interceptions. Okay, that's rough. That's all right. But that may have been his first start. But he did. He was 22 for 33, 176 yards, 1 touchdown, 3 interceptions.
Yeah, rough.
It was tough. That was a tough one. Okay. Yeah, we can move on. So you said Saints. Okay, I got it in there.
Yeah, Bills versus the Browns.
I don't like the Bills, but I'm trying to get a W. So I'm gonna go with the Bills. If the Browns beat the Bills, I will be flabbergasted. I would be very surprised. If the Browns sabotage their starting quarterback again, I won't be surprised. So
You see, the Bills have lost to two teams they had no business losing to.
the Dolphins and who else?
Someone.
Well, it was the Dolphins, right? One of the Dolphins, one of them.
I think yes, the Dolphins. Was it the Dolphins? Let me see. You
Yeah.
looking?
Yeah, I'm about to look at that because they did lose to some teams that they didn't have no business losing to, and that's what frustrated me about them all the more this season. Because I'm like, are y'all for real right now?
Yeah.
I mean, stupid stuff. Okay, let's see. That was a win. That was a win. That was a win. It was real stupid. Whoever it was, Falcons 14-24. Dolphins 13-30. Huh. Texans 23-19. That was November 20th. That may have been around the time where this
Texas hot.
defense started to
Yeah.
show up and show out. So yeah, they have 3 losses. The Texans one could be like explainable, you know what I mean? But
Yeah,
Dolphins and Falcons, absolutely not.
yeah,
Nah, not when we got all this hype behind this team and they're so this and they're so that and they should be winning beating everybody.
yeah. No, I heard someone say how Josh Allen isn't like he's doing all this with not much. I just don't. Oh, I do understand, but it was like Lamar did this way before, well before Josh Allen. But that's a whole nother conversation. We've already had multiple of those conversations, and yeah. But anyway, I'm taking the Browns.
Okay.
I'm going with the upset. I feel like the Bills are about to slip.
And I would love to see it. So it's one of those things. I got them down for this, but if they lose, still a win for me.
Yeah,
I'll take that L in this column. But just like if Chargers win, great. I get a W. If Dallas win, that's still a W for me. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Personally. But yeah, I can't. I don't like the Bills. I really don't. But oh, I'd be hoping they be losing. All right, go ahead.
Chiefs versus the Titans.
The who?
Titans.
Chiefs and the Titans.
Yeah, I got the Chiefs. Let's go, Big Red. I believe in you.
Yeah, I don't see the Chiefs falling apart so bad that they lose to the Titans. So I hope that them losing Mahomes will light a fire under them to actually do their jobs, catch the ball, and protect their quarterback. Um, so I'm gonna take the Chiefs because I can't go for the Titans. But if the Chiefs lose that one, well, that is very terrible. Like, do something. Y'all play hard for y'all quarterback, like he been playing hard for y'all.
Facts.
Yeah,
Jags versus the Broncos. Got the Broncos.
I'm gonna take the Broncos on that one.
Yeah, they picked them last week. Not making the same mistake. And they
You said
are
that?
on the up and up. Even like Bo Nix specifically is on the up and up.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I like the Broncos for that one. Okay.
Cardinals versus the Falcons.
I'm gonna take the Falcons. After
Falcons.
what I saw, I'm taking the Falcons.
Yeah, I'm the Falcons. Cardinals just lost by like I think 20 plus. Let's go Falcons.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Falcons.
Y'all are very inconsistent though.
They really are. So I'm like, they could get here and lose. Boy, it'd be 38-0, and I'll be like, you know what?
Mm-hmm. Texans versus the Raiders.
Texans.
Same. Yeah.
Okay. I think so far we've chosen the same teams, maybe except the Browns and the Bills one. No, I'll look in
Yeah.
a second. Texans. Okay. All right, go ahead.
Steelers versus the Lions.
I'm gonna go with the Lions. I'm gonna go with the Lions on that one.
My initial gut said the Steelers,
Mm-hmm.
but I need them to lose so the Ravens can get in there.
Facts.
So I'm gonna go with my gut.
You go with the Steelers.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. All right. Gotcha.
Patriots versus Ravens. I got Ravens.
I'm gonna go with the Patriots on that one.
Yeah, I probably should go for the Lions now. I'll say with my gut, but
Yeah, no, see, yeah, no, we going with the
I'm leaning for 1 week. That might be it, Chief.
we'll see. We'll see. Cause I mean, I these games, some are kind of clear cut, like it's a clear cut decision. Some of the other ones are like, y'all are both terrible. So
Yeah.
or y'all are both pretty solid, and it could be like the Lions and the who was it? Lions and who?
Steelers.
Well, no, the Steelers are not solid. I can't say that about them, but they are still a bit of a force to be reckoned with, sort of, because when they decide to show up, anyway. So yeah, yeah, but yeah, I'm gonna take the Patriots. I know they lost to the Bills, but yeah, we'll go. Yeah,
Colts versus I gotta put my glasses back. I can see. Colts versus the 49ers.
I'm going to take the 49ers. I want Rivers to do great, but I'm going to take the 49ers on that one. So I have the 49ers winning and the Rams winning, but I know Rams play Seahawks. So, I mean, the West is just tight as it is, NFC West. So,
yeah.
Maybe see whoever Seahawks play next week. Maybe I'll vote for them to win next week, but I'll be all right.
Yeah, I got to go with the 49ers.
Yeah. Okay. Seahawks. Let me see this. Let me see who they play next week.
Colts really need this win, though, if they want to make it to the playoffs. Because the Jags are playing the Broncos. Oh, actually, never. Well, yeah, that means absolutely.
Well, yeah. Will they affect?
No, yeah, they're two different divisions. I'm tripping.
Okay.
The Jags need to make sure the Texans lose.
Right. So they can keep that number one spot in the division.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you said 49ers.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. All right. So we got them in there.
All right.
I mean, where these games are like some of them are frustrating. It is a good schedule this week.
Yeah.
Some good ones in there for sure.
Yeah, it should be a good week of football. Good weekend of football for sure.
Yeah, for sure. All right, yeah, we did it, bro.
Yeah. And we did this one like 50 minutes less
than some of our other ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, good job. These be some good conversations though. And then we get talking about leadership and Stefanski and
racism.
Yeah, essentially that's all. That's what a lot of
systems.
Yeah, systems.
Politics.
Yeah.
All that with the extra S's.
Yeah. Okay. Yes, sir. Let the people know. Yeah. But yeah, good conversation, guys. Thank y'all so much for joining us, for tuning in. Again, we know we're missing D, but we'll get him back soon enough. Like I said, he's got his own little football player to be taken care of right now. So
yes, sir. Grow up so we can ride your coattails. Just kidding.
Exactly.
No, some of y'all do that though. Don't act like you don't.
Exactly. Just have him doing football drills by the time he won.
Facts. As soon as he can walk.
Mm-hmm. Come on. You can do it. You can catch a football. It'd be a full-size football. Goodness gracious. But this was a good time, bro. Good conversation. Great conversation.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
All right, then. Well, T, get us up out of here.
Okay. Yep. Am I in there? There we go. Pointer finger. Middle finger. Peace. I gotta learn how to do that.
Straight line. Oh, dang, I had to stop sharing screen, not stop recording.
Wow.
Hold on. That's because I'm full screen.
Wow.
Peace.